I'd like to welcome you and all of your audience. It's not only a shock for the Israelis, but it's also a shock for Hezbollah and for the Lebanese internal affairs, because after the setbacks that the party faced at the technological level, intelligence level, military level, and leadership level, and the most significant setback was the assassination of the leader and all the frontline leaders. They also managed to destroy the most important military capabilities by striking the warehouses of weapons by Israelis. In addition to, we also saw a different type of operations, like the attack against Benyamina that Israel considered to be the most violent since October 7th. The reason is that this operation was qualitative because Iran was directly in the front line. It started to manage the operations conducted by Hezbollah by the leaders of the Revolutionary Guards, the elite leaders who are by nature have enough experience, and they managed to use this experience in these escalating operations in south of Lebanon. After Iran and Hezbollah behind it recognized that there's no way to mitigate this escalation, especially after the assassinations and major explosion and the expanded operations since September 23rd. That's why I believe that this will affect the path of the battle. But I do not want to say that this would end the war. However, there are some indicators that state that both parties are ready to propose a certain draft to go to the negotiations table. However, this will be preceded by a very bloody battle, a very violent battle for both Lebanon and Israel, because Iran is in the line now.
Yeah, I just want to say that, you were saying that this could lead to some sort of ceasefire eventually, but the Israeli Prime Minister had spoke about, revenge for the attacks and so forth. Do you think that this possibly means that there will be more violence and more, aggressions from both sides in the near future due to this attack?
Of course, the speech of the Vice Secretary General of Hezbollah, Naim Qasim, he talked about the program of the party for the upcoming period. It answers a lot of your question, especially on the part related to Hezbollah, because he said that they are ready to cease fire, and he directed a message to Israel, and he said that the solution for the return of the settlers to the north is ceasefire and only ceasefire. He also talked about the stop of the support, which is the reason why for igniting the conflicts in September 23rd. This means that the party is ready to ceasefire, but after a settlement that Qasim mentioned, it's indirect settlement or indirect negotiations, as he expressed, through the international mediators. But if we see this from the Israeli side and what Netanyahu said, because he said that this war will be over only after achieving the goals, but at the same time, the military leadership and the political leadership of Israel will meet in order to identify the volume of the strike against Iran, after Iran targeted Israel last month in response to the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh and Hassan Nasrallah. Thus, Netanyahu does not want to explicitly declare that he accepts a ceasefire unless he guarantees the total exclusion of Hezbollah fighters in the south. Of course, he wants further than this, which is eliminating everything related to Hezbollah. They also want to interfere in the political system to guarantee that the party does not exist in the political compound of Lebanon, within the roadmap of Middle East in the future. But if Netanyahu thinks that there's direct confrontation with Iran in Lebanon, I think this will lead him to reconsider the form of the battle, but this doesn't mean that it would mitigate the pace of killing, massacres, and destruction, because every day several massacres take place in Lebanon, similar to what happened in Gaza. So this dead time through which the negotiations are being done in the secret channels between both parties and through the mediators, we will face a large number of killed people, injured people, displaced people, people who are starved. We will face also economic crisis and siege that Israel is threatening with. So now there's nothing that indicates the existence of a diplomatic solution or a settlement or even the truce of 21 days that was included in the British American urge a week ago. However, it's safe to say that there could be a solution, but this solution by nature requires concessions made by both parties, which will never happen unless Netanyahu accepts this, who is having a retaliatory battle.